Okay, we're live again. All right. Let's get this just a little more adjusted there. Good. Okay. Let's get started right away. This is a based on a gorgeous photograph by John Kraft. It's of Cannon Beach, and he caught it when the sun was setting and everything. It was just, I'm so delighted that he's allowing me to use it. So, I'm bringing up the original here. There we go. Okay, dope. Cannon Beach was on the Oregon coast. For those of you who don't know where it's at, and it's a gorgeous island. This is Haystack Rock, which is kind of famous in postcards and everything else. And this is kind of a famous little walkway that comes down here, and I just want to put it in, and we're going to get it all in here. Let me add some. I could add some more blue here, Russian blue, that is. So we're going to get going on that. Man. Do, 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 do. Make a little handy dandy rag available if I need it, which I will need. Okay. Gonna add a little bit of green to that. Sup, green? Used to always use light green, and there's nothing wrong with light green, but I accidentally ordered this sap green, and it's turned out to be quite useful. Anyway, oh, you hear my fans whirling. It was so beautiful this morning, cool and things, but then the sun broke through and heat came on. Still August, still letting you know. Okay. I'm adding some yellow ochre mixed with some cadmium yellow. come in here with some brown. Is that my brown there? Yes. Yeah. There we go. That's what I want. Let me get the brown down, that brown on here. Talking to myself, full conversation, don't worry about it. Yep. So we can squeeze some out of that one. So what happens, they get plugged. And then it gets all over your fingers. Squeeze out. Come on. Try another one here. Geez. And so somebody's going to get really rich if it ever invents a copper cap that doesn't fall off, doesn't get plugged up. And where's my brown? I gotta order some more. Some more of this. Running low on my Van Dyke Brown, and I use a lot of it. Hey, Diane. How you doing? It's a hot one here today. It was beautiful this morning, but it started heating up here. There we go. Now I got some brown coming out. Yay! Brown in there, mixed in with a little bit of blue, mixed in with a little bit of black. Got it. Ah, hot. Turn my fan up just a little bit, get the air circulating a little better. But it's supposed to be a kind of pleasant weekend. We're like 80 degrees, and that's like perfect for me. Yeah. Taking these fences, this fence lines down the pathway here. It's all up and down, so we're gonna come in here and fix that. Okay, doke. Oh, that's a bad combination. That's not what you want. Ugh. La-di-dum. But I think you could probably always could use the rain though, right? House sitting over here. More likely somebody's summer place may have. Small brush here. There we go. Let's see, those are white, I think. Yep. Gotta be up ridiculously early again tomorrow. Ugh. Brutal on the body, I'll tell you what. When you're actually waking up the birds, there's something wrong. I'll tell you that one right now. Oh. What? All right. Just checking how this chimney goes down here. So we're gonna have to move it over here. It goes up and away with my beautiful balloon. Oh God. Yeah. There we go. Get another brush here. Ba-dee-dum-ba-dum. Yellow ochre. Dee-dee-dee-dum. A little further over. You don't have to be exactly. Like I said, it's an impression of the painting, or of the photograph, I should say. And it's darker here. Up that chimney. Whoa, couldn't help myself. Voila. Perfect. That's okay. There's a window here, winder, like how we call it. Kind of a nice place. What a view, huh? Ugh. I've done that downtown, but Cannon Beach for me is a little bit of a process to get to. Um, so Cannon Beach is about 2 hours from here. Going. I primarily rely on mass transit. So, I mean, if somebody's going there, I've been to Cannon Beach a few times, so that's not too bad. But yeah, I've done that downtown, and sometimes I deliberately get off the match because I'm in the process of painting that. So, oh, this is how it looks, because sometimes you can't tell from a photograph. Yeah, so. Oops, I didn't do that. I knew I was going to do that. Yeah. Oh man. Let's see, that's a hedge. There. Fence stops about there and then becomes a hedge. I see. Ah. Right up against that house there. Buddy. A rock at a fireplace here. The sun's reflecting off of it. Um, I don't know if I'd want to live there because it gets really windy, and there's a lot of days where it's like 80 degrees and 90 degrees in Portland, and it's 55 degrees there. You know, I don't know. It's a great place to visit, but there's some people they just absolutely love living at the ocean, and more power to them. I see my rock over a little too far. I need to bring that out a little more. Yeah, those are very tiny towns too on the coast. I mean, I understand why somebody would just love it there. I totally get that. I'm a city boy. I think it's beautiful out there. There's no question about that. I'm not denying that. I just helped them keep the tourists away. No, it is beautiful out there. There's no question. It's beautiful. all these birds up there too. This rock. Haystack Rock. Famous rock. Mm-hmm. Let that dry and then start in. Definitely. Well, it's coming right off the Pacific. There's nothing between you and the Pacific Ocean there, and the Pacific Ocean's pretty big. It's a big place. Okay, this is the house here. I remember going to Manzanita Beach, which is just south of Cannon Beach, not too far at least. And we had left Portland, and it was like 90 degrees, and it was 50 plus years, 59 degrees there, I think. Not that one. That's a bit of a jump, and plus it's very rough Pacific waters there. Beautiful beach though. Cannon Beach is a beautiful beach. That's very cold water too. When you put your foot in that water, you want to cut it off. Oh my gosh, this could be cold. Ugh. Is it? It's not Hawaiian waters. Coming in with a different brush. What's really going to make this is once we get that sun bursting here, because that sun just bursting right over the top of that fence, and it actually has the sunbeams and everything going. And so, but we got to get everything else kind of in place first. It's green. Ah, change brushes. I've learned, don't battle it, just change brushes. I was thinking that was my unpronounceable blue. It wasn't. Good eat 'em. shorten that up a little bit. Got this way too out there. So I always tell young people, you know, so it was just 2 weeks ago that I was in my 20s. You know, it goes by pretty quickly, and if they sit around and worry about everything, I said you're missing the youth part here. You know, and being able to recover quickly and all those things that go with it. You know, not sure about you, but I have to. You know, it takes a lot longer to recover from a little bit too much drinking the night before. You know, or before, yeah, what the heck, with a drink a couple, get a glass of water, and you're good to go. You know, I know. Do 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 do. Ready, ready, ready. Ready, ready. So it's lattice. There we go. Okay. Railings a bit here. But even on the new. See that. Ah, okay. Some of the details in here. Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna. There's like this little fog in here being lit up by the sun, and what's really gonna make this pop is the sun. But we got to get all the tree. We got to get things in, you know, and but that is what's gonna make this thing pop. It's, you know, the rock and the sun is like the two stars of the show here. Buddy, put it on. else in place here. See this? We use a lot of cedar siding on the ocean. A lot of maintenance because of the salt air, so it eats at everything. Doke. Wow. Let's see. We can start in on that sun here. I'm gonna get a clean brush here. That's right there. Talking to myself. Full conversation. Don't worry. Yeah, that's gonna work. That was white. Right over the top of that fence. Just let me take a look at this thing. Yeah, that's what we're gonna have to do. Okay. And yellow to it, a little bit of red. More yellow. I hear my fan ripping away over here. It's dry now, good. Okay. In with a little more white. Yellow. Let's see how this is. It's almost like it's orange. So we're going to get that in there and then. There's that point you could actually walk out to Haystack when it's the tide's up, but you don't want to be out there when the tide comes in. You'll be stranded for several hours. And I just love the colors, and that's what attracted me to the photograph right from the beginning was the colors. So, yeah, it's going to get a little more white than that. It's this gorgeous sunburst right over the top of that fence. Draw those down. Get that tree back in there. We're going to work on these trees too. I kind of wanted to get this in here first. I talked to myself, whole conversation. Okay, now we're going to hit the trees harder. Step back, step back. Yeah. Not going to quite get done with it today, but we're definitely going to get done with it tomorrow. Pretty positive on that one. Unless a meteorite hits me and that's the end of it, you know. You never know. Things like that happen. Yep. Boom, ba-doom, boom. Mix in Prussian blue and sap green together. Just tap, tap, tap with your fan brush. I always use a stiff bristled fan brush. This will be in the afternoon because the sun's setting. And I find the fan brush works the best. It really does for trees and stuff. Now we're going to have like the glow of the light going across the path here, beating on the fence over here and on the house. You'll have the windows here. It's going to be reflecting it somewhat too. As I said, it's not quite ready to be done tonight, but I wouldn't be surprised I could get this one done tomorrow. pound, pound, pound. Yeah. Oh, when I'm doing trees, yes, I use all the other brushes more than the fan brush. But when it comes to getting that texture for the leaves, I use the fan brush. And for me, it has to be a stiff bristle sand brush, fan brush. There is soft bristle that doesn't work for me at all. So I always need the stiff bristle. And I tap, tap, tap. That's what I do. These have to be strong trees because they get some hellacious windstorms that come through there. And I noticed all their chimneys have a cap on them, and so I'm kind of guessing that is to keep when the rain is being driven by the wind, to keep it from coming down the chimney. Baby, to go. Water. Out front of that house. In certain parts, you'll just see trees just whipped like this. That's how they all go in one direction. Wind. night I gotta get to bed and wake up the birds. Now I noticed, like last week when I was walking to our light rail, it was pitch black. I was like, oh, back to being walking in the dark. Much easier when it's still light out. Well, I used to use a round brush for clouds. The real key to clouds is to realize they're not all one color, and and that's how you can get the texture start, going three-dimensional feel to them. You can tell it's been weather beaten. Or yellow, red. Start lighting up this fence. I think that is what that is. Yeah. Path down to the beach. There's people sitting there. And there must be like a little table or bench for people to sit at. We'll get that in. Do that one tomorrow, that part of it tomorrow. All right. Just a couple more minutes here. I have to be disciplined on the Tuesday night or the day before I have to go in town. Oh, this is just a Portland. Portland. That's all. See, Portland. Now, it's why I have this Hawaiian shirt that I really love the colors and the pattern in it, but it's made out of some sort of material that it doesn't breathe, and I almost instantly start sweating in the darn thing. So it sits in the closet. It's such a pretty shirt, but gosh, they must have made it out of something that gosh, I just instantly start sweating. I can't wear it. It kind of bums me out because I really like it. That's our horizon there. Off where the ships fall off the edge of the earth. See, I like this type of brush too because it gives me a fine working tip, you know. That's another brush I like. I like these flat brushes. Make some adjustments to that too. Uh, I don't know. You always get that mist there anyway, so I don't think so. You're looking down into the ocean. We still haven't completely defined the edge here, so you'll see once I do that. This is a path goes down, and then you go down to the beach down below. The beach is like kind of right in here, but we're going to work on the haziness that goes along with this. But I'll work on that tomorrow. And unfortunately, I am going to have to wrap it up. But thank you so much for joining me. Stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you to all those healthcare workers. We're still plugging through this. We're making it. But and of course we got a whole bunch of other stuff that's going on. But it's hope for peace, hope for everything. I'll tell you that one right now. Think positive. That's what I keep saying. I think that's one thing I try to keep with the artwork is that it gets you away from all of that, all the crap that's going on, you know, and so we're gonna work on these fences tomorrow. We're gonna work on that and more on the sun. The sun's gonna be much more of a brilliant, you know, thing, and we'll work on that. It's like a fog down here. It's a hazy fog that's going on down below here. All right, you're looking at Cannon Beach, Oregon. That's Haystack Rock up there. So take care. Whoa! All right. Thanks again for joining me. Bye-bye. Be back on tomorrow at 8 p.m.